before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get Cashback, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's Oasis.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. Today I'm going to go over the PPP email, or the PPP forgiveness email I got from Harvest Financial. Now, many of you who are in the Womply app, you know Harvest Financial is one of the main people, or the main services, or the main lenders giving PPP loans. And they were actually fairly quick. They were pretty quick. But I just got the email from them, and I'm going to get into that in a moment. But before we do that, if you would like to know your FICO scores and what's in your reports for all three bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, click the credit monitoring link in the description below. If you would like to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week using your vehicle on your time, click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. Now, if you don't have a vehicle or you don't want to use your own, you can click the Wealth Hire Car link in the description below, along with the Wealth Dasher, and still make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your time. You want to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500? Click the Be Free link in the description below. If you'd like to get cash back while shopping online, you can do so by clicking the Cashback link in the description below. And there's a new credit card on deck. It's a new credit card. You get $300 back for your first $3,000 spend in the first 90 days. And you can get that card by clicking the Aspiration link in the description below. It's the Aspiration Zero card. You can get that card by clicking the Aspiration link in the description below. Now let's go ahead and get into it. Again, this is about Womply, or more so Harvest Financial through Womply. So I'm going to show you the email right now. Here it says, Harvest Management PPP forgiveness through Harvest starts now. It says, Dear borrower, congratulations on obtaining a PPP loan through Harvest Small Business Finance. Your loan is now due for the forgiveness application process. And as you know, I did the forgiveness process last month. Is it last month or November? Is it November or December? One of those months. But you know, I walk you through the process of doing it through the forgiveness portal, which is where Harvest Finance wants you to go. It says, please click on the link directforgiveness.sba.gov and follow the directions for a quick 5-minute process in order for the SBA to forgive your loan proceeds. And yes, it is fairly quick. I won't say 5 minutes, but if you watch my videos while walking through the forgiveness process with SBA, it wasn't hard at all. They actually walk you through the whole thing. But I wouldn't say 5 minutes. It might take you 5 minutes. The second time when I did the second loan, it took me 5 minutes. When I did the second draw, it took me about 5 minutes. But to actually register and all that good stuff, that was way more than 5 minutes. But I guess they give you a roundabout after you register and everything, and to go through the loan, and it's actually about 5 to 10 minutes. All right. It says how to apply. The PPP Direct Forgiveness Portal can be accessed at directforgiveness.sba.gov. All right. It says click register to start your application and follow the instructions. Once registered, use your newly created credentials and SMS two-factor authentication to access the portal. Once logged in, select Start New Forgiveness Request. Enter the TN, SSN, or EIN used to apply for the loan and your SBA loan number. Follow the prompts to complete all the required fields. Once finished, the system will generate a completed 3508S application via DocuSign for you to execute and submit to the lender. The lender loan number is the same as your SBA loan number. All right. So they're now sending out the emails. So maybe they had to wait that certain amount of time. I could have waited longer, but I'm glad I did mine when I did it, because they're actually forgiven now. So I don't have to worry about it at all. So again, get your PPP forgiveness apps in, people. Get them in, right? Because they're actually forgiving apps. They're forgiving fully. Hope you don't have a fraudulent one, because it will not be forgiven. All right, it will not be forgiven. If you have a fraudulent loan, you're probably not going to submit it for forgiveness anyway, because you know it's fraudulent. And for those who have people complete their loan form and gave you $20,000 when you know dang and well you shouldn't have got it, because they said you made $100,000. That's if you even know. Some people weren't even up to that. They just say I can get $20,000. So you might not even know what they put, which means you won't be able to do forgiveness anyway, and you're going to have a hard time filing taxes because you don't know any of the information. Again, you don't know what these people put on the application. I know they said that you made $100,000, but that's how you got the $20,000. All right, so I don't know what you're gonna do, because now you got to pay this loan back on top of you're gonna get scrutinized if you got fraudulent loans. But for those people who didn't get a fraudulent loan, who did the PPP the way it's supposed to be done, and this is through Womply, or even if it's not just through Womply and their lenders, if it's through Indie Lenders, if it's through Cabbage, if it's through Blue Vine or something like that, any of these other ones you use, PayPal, whoever you used, go ahead and submit your forgiveness. I mean, some of you probably use NAV, I don't know. Submit your forgiveness. Submit it if you've done it correctly. Even if you don't think you've done it correctly, I mean, even if you don't even know if you've done it correctly or not, but you got the loan, you got approved, submit the information and just submit it. You'll see. Again, as long as you didn't do it knowingly fraudulently, because sometimes you just do stuff, you kind of walking it through, you believe you're walking it through, you know you had a business, and you probably just put in something wrong and it still went through. Now that's, that could be explained away. But you knowingly said that you have a business, you don't have a business. You knowingly said you made $80,000, you ain't made a dime, or only made $20,000 at your regular job. You knowingly did these things, or you knowingly sent somebody some information, or if you sent somebody your information, because all they asked for, I believe, I think all they needed really, if I recall correctly from when I knew somebody did it, just a social and a checking account. That's it. Social and checking account, that's it. And they just made up all the information for you. That's crazy, right? So if you did something like that, then you know your junk is fraud. If you made up some stuff on your own, you know your junk is fraud. If you never had a business or never did anything independent contracting, you never did anything like that, it's possible fraud. You haven't made any real money on your own that you filed taxes on, especially if you haven't filed taxes on, because you had to file the taxes on the stuff back in 2019. They want to see the tax return. They want to see the Schedule C. That's why a lot of times with the EIDL, you had to fill out the 4506C, because they want to see your taxes, because you had to pay taxes. Now you could do what you call that tax when you go back, when you got to do it. You could have filed I forget. Somebody type in the comments below and let us know what it was. You had to file we had to go back and file taxes for a year you didn't file taxes. Now, if you had a business and you didn't file taxes during 2019, you can do that. You can go file that. That's on the tip of my tongue what it is. So you can do that. But other than that, just send in your information, people. Go ahead and get your PPP forgiven. If you did a fraud one, yeah, I guess you can't get it forgiven. And that's on you. Whether you did it knowingly or not. Well, you did know, because if you never had a business, then you know. So I guess you always knew. Alright? But anyway, thanks for watching, people. Get your forgiveness filed. If you would like to know your FICO scores and what's on your reports from all three bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, click the credit monitoring link in the description below. If you would like to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week utilizing your vehicle on your own time,
click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. If you don't have a vehicle or you don't want to use your own vehicle, then click the Wealth Hire Car link in the description below. And that way you can hire a car and use that vehicle to then Wealth Dash and make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your own time. If you want to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500, click the Be Free link in the description below. If you would like to get cash back while shopping online, click the Cashback link in the description below. Like, share the video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to It's Oasis, and until the next video, let's get this money.